Okay, so everything looks stable on my end. So I looked back at the footage. Thankfully, I only lost the amount of souls that I currently have, so I can live with that. Apologies for that slight little temper tantrum I had. It's just, no memory really sets off my OCD. So anyway, out here in the wharf. I'm right back at the spot of where I was before. Well, as I said, it'll be easier for me to get back over there from where Goblin was. If I end up losing my souls again this time, I am gonna save Scrub back to where I was before, even though I'm not going to lose my souls, not this time. Not this time. Ugh. Been here and killed the enemy so many times that soldier is permadead. Marvelous. Oh, anyway. So, just want to get him out. Now let's deal with his friend. Your scimitars are flashy, but your stance is more. All it really is just brute force. We just need to wait for the other hollow soldiers to get out here. There they are. Okay. Heal, heal, heal. Barely missed that arrow. That's stressful, I just barely missed an arrow. Let me swap this out for the crossbow. Just so I can do that, get him over here. Take him out. He dropped his leggings. Nice. Go over to the hollow that's over here. Down he goes. Okay, there's one Bulgarian. There was one Bulgarian. There's one dog, and there was one dog. Same engagement word, play with the hollow. Gauntlets. Down goes the Bulgarian. Down goes this Bulgarian. Over where that dog was. Down goes the dog. Rinse and repeat with Viking and dog. With the dogs, get as much spacing as you possibly can, because they will try to hit where you were, and not where you currently are. Check out the one that's throwing oil urns. If you can hit him. Okay. Seriously, that hollow was there. I didn't notice him. Because I'm a dumbass. Oh, he managed to get me there. Let's take a good distance and let's heal. Only problem with this build is that my range capabilities are lacking. At the very least, they will be until I get a pyromancy coin. Okay, this. Shoot at one of the dogs to get their attention. One of the Bulgarians just hit a perfect headshot on me. Well, anyway. Can I get that one there that's shooting at me? I can see his head. Yes, I can. Oh, there he goes. Move out of the way of the arrow. pull that guy over. Get the attention of this last one. He's going to try to kill me, but thankfully I... Where the hell did that guy come from? Anyway, running away from him. Running away from him. Running away from him. Running all the way up here. Chugging an Estus. Didn't see him. That was scary. Again, one problem with the swordsman is that the armor is a bit shit. It has good bleed resist, but that's really it. Aside from like resistance to getting punctured, stabbed and whatnot, that resistance is kind of lacking. Anyway, there's gonna be more Virginians up here. There he is. You never lose the high ground, my friend. That's how you lose fights. Well, anyway, up here in this building, if I were to rate the contents of that chest were the contents of that wooden box were repair powder and a single shard of Titanite. Here we have the brigand set. Let's see how that works defensively. Better bash defense, worse defense everywhere else, slightly higher poison defense, and when I say slightly higher, I mean, like, to the point where it doesn't even register. I'm gonna try the Drain Lake armor. Now then. For that house. Since I'm going to find more of those undead aberrations, as I like to call them, even though I don't think that's what they're called. Speaking of, let's utilize the, Luminophobia for advantage. After this one, let's pull him before he gets to the rage state. Come on. There we go. The one in that house is immediately going to be in a rage state, so I'm not even going to worry about him. Shattered Cloth Manchettes, that's good. More of the Pyromancer set. And here we got Emit Force and the Large Soul of an Undead. Nice. Now, I believe if we walk off here, we'll just end up at the roof where the Vigarians were. Vigarian Helm, that's nice. Try to switch to Drain Lake armor, won't be able to wear that unless... Or rather, I won't be able to wear that with the armament... with the armaments that I have. Unless I go without the crossbow, so I decided to go without the crossbow. Oh, and I forgot the whole reason why I went over to that domicile. Give me a moment, I need to get the torch. Okay, like the torch. I would try to drop off, but considering how heavy this armor is, it wouldn't surprise me if I died from the impact. Not gonna risk it when I have 13,000 souls on the line. The light that I'm producing is already scaring those things. Whether or not it's actually scaring them, or if it's just royally pissing them off, I do not know, nor do I wish to. I'm just gonna wait a sconce near there just in case I die again. Anyway, just follow the path down. Come out here. Light the sconce. Those things should still be terrified of the light, so I'll use that to my advantage. Come on, and there we go. Oh, they both dropped a shiny. Let's see, Radiant Life Gem and Radiant Life Gem. That's good. The fact that these guys drop anything at all is good. Got back to my souls. There's going to be a Vigarian here. sitting in the water. Maybe he's hungover and he's sitting in the cold seawater to sober himself up. Maybe he's asleep. Maybe I don't care. Okay, let's sconce. No, another one of those Bulgarians should be coming up. Hello there. What? Oh my god. Maybe because I have the switch out? Let's see. No, I'm still slightly over encumbered. Let's see. What if I replace these with the auto infantry? That helps a bit. Now what if I put on the heavy boots? The heavy boots also help out a bit. Keyword is a bit. Might have to go back to the Wanderer's Coat. One thing I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to head back to Majula and I'm going to increase my stats. In case you're wondering, that acts as a bridge connecting this to the starting area, so that you can immediately run past here should you die to the boss or die to anything. Because you can still die to basically everything in this area. Regardless of how skilled you are. Really, this game's kind of cheap. Human effigy and double life gem. Back up here to this domicile. I am going to go back and I am going to rest up. I am going to light these sconces, and I am going to try to take out the rest of those undead aberrations. And I am going to talk to a certain NPC. That's where the ship is. The NPC that I want to talk to is, I believe, over here. He is Carillion. My intelligence should be high enough for him to want to converse with me, and for him to want to venture back to Medulla. As it should be. Oh, I was wondering where you sat back. I'm wondering where these things were. Those are Dragonlight Shadows. They will. They're basically ninjas. They'll try to assassinate you every chance they get. You could try to get their armor. Their armor is pretty good. You could try to get their armor. You could try to get all their equipment, really. It's all pretty good. You bastard. Heal. I'll let the sconce over here, and then I'm going to take out the undead aberrations, or at the very least try to take them out. I feel like I would be better off utilizing... I feel like I would be better off using a spear. Why can't I words today? Is it because I'm getting flustered? It may be because I'm getting flustered. Okay. Wrong building, there are Bulgarians here. The urns in this area are filled with toxic material. Don't get too close to it. And as you hear twinkling, that's because there is a crystal lizard down here. Don't really care for the shit that he drops at this point. I think it's just more Titanite shards. If you want to, you can try to kill him. I'm not even gonna bother. Whenever I play a Dark Souls game, I always like to leave 2 of the crystal lizards alive, so that they can repopulate. Although, let's not get into any discussions about such a repopulation. The good thing about the spear is it has a high enough range. Never mind, I was going to say it has a high enough range for you to be able to activate that without getting poisoned. Thankfully, I have a monastery charm. Monastery charms are special items. They heal poison as well as heal health. I thought this was the building that those undead were. I believe that building is over here. Okay, this is where Gavlan and where the Bulgarians were. Gavlan is no longer here. After you talk to him once, he moves to another area, that other area being the Earthen Peak, which I will get to later. Well, nothing else for me to do right now, so I'm going to just pop a... Or no, I could just try to wander back to where I was. I thought that was an enemy. I'm getting paranoid. Anyway, Carillion should be across over here. He is. He is sitting up on that docking platform.
I sense
OBS picking up my voice? Yes, it is. If you talk to Carillion with, I believe, at least 11 intelligence, he will take you on as a pupil and sell you his wares. Which is understandable. He has a...
One day might teach.
After you talk to him once, he will just immediately go back to Majula. You don't have to exhaust all of his dialogue. His dialogue just repeats constantly. Just talk to him once, he'll head back to Majula and you don't have to worry. Anyway. Well, anyway. I really don't want to, but I will pop a life gem to keep alive. Hopefully I don't lose my souls here, but if I do, I'll at the very least have an easier time of getting back to you. Down goes that Viking. Let's go over here where the ground is slightly firmer. If you run off a platform, you'll do a somersault upon a landing, and doing so will move you forward a bit. And if you're not careful in an area that has deep water, yes, I'm still somewhat salty about the souls that I lost, nowhere near as salty as I was before. So I will simply leave it at that. Alright, I'm gonna go back from Jula, I'm gonna level up a bit, and I'm gonna talk to one Falcon the Outcast. Basically, the way that you reach the Huntsman's Copse where Falcon is... Did I get the body on there? I don't think I did. Did I? Yes, I did. Never mind. So anyway, to get to the body where Falcon is, or not to get to the body, but to get to where Falcon is, you need to come over here and talk to Lycia, and she will move the platform for you.
Oh, this room and this shadow.
Sure. If you move the path, you pay her 2,000 souls, and while you're praying, she uses the Rotunda lock key to move the doors. Smart that she encourages us to pray to do so, because since our eyes are closed, while in meditation, we don't see her.
May the power of offer your soul.
Anyway, I'm gonna pop all the consumable souls that I have. I'm gonna hold on to all the boss ones, because I can still be used for shit. Even though, for the majority of them, there's nothing that I really want to get with them. Use required souls, use required souls. And the reason why I'm so hellbent on utilizing all these souls is because I want to make sure that I can get my staff high enough for Falcon to want to talk to me. That should do it. I'd also try fighting the Dragon Slayer. That could come in handy too. But anyway. For right now, I just want to talk to Falcon and get his gear, because his gear, the Hexer set, is by far and away one of the best pieces of light equipment in the game. So, in order to talk to Falcon, you need to have at least, I believe it's 11 intelligence and faith. And I already have more than that. So, let's go here, 13, 15, let's increase my health a teeny bit. 19, okay. For right now, let's increase intelligence. And I'll increase faith later. You're a pyromancer. The magic I want to use for this build is pyromancy. The good thing about pyromancy is I don't need... Why does it say that there's a bonfire there that I don't have? Maybe it's because I haven't beaten the boss? Well, anyway. Back here. Pop a human effigy. No, the way that shadow moved was freaky. Is this spear upgraded at all? No, it is not. Could try going with the Uchi-Katana. Or the Wing Spear. I'll go with the Wing Spear. I should level it up, though. Well, anyway. Now that I knocked that bridge over, it'll be much easier to get to where Lucatiel, Bradley of the Old Guard, and the boss is. Lucatiel and Bradley of the Old Guard are two phantoms that you can summon to fight against the Flexile Sentry. Huh. So that one is permadead. This one isn't, though. Thanks for that. Anyway, so there are two summons you can help with the fight. Lucatiel of Mira, Bradley of the Old Guard, they will both provide pretty damn good assistance. Bradley is basically your stereotypical paladin. He uses the light and healing magic along with a gigantic ass greatsword. Lucatiel is a swordswoman, so she mainly fights using her gigantic ass greatsword. They're both good for this fight, but what's important is to prioritize keeping Lucatiel alive, because you need to fight 3 bosses with Lucatiel to continue her quest line. So to do that, I'm going to summon her along with Bradley. I'm gonna have them gang up on the boss here. Oh, I can hit that. No, I can't. Wondering if I could hit the beginning as well. Oh, knock him into the water. Bradley uses a disc chime. It's a fascinating gear. It's basically a bell attached to a circular disc-shaped mass, and because it's attached to a circular plate, it can be utilized as a shield. And when you use a shield strong attack, normally that would result in a deflection, but using the disc chime strong attack will result in you casting a miracle with it. Hold on. That's a shadow of light here. Where's Lucatiel? Where did these guys come from? Oh, that side. Let's continue on to the boss. So the main boss of this area is the Flexile Sentry. He is a bit annoying, but with Bradley and Lucatiel providing good backup, I should be able to take him out without a problem. Let me equip my longsword. My flame-infused longsword. For this fight, it's recommended that everyone stay alive, but to complete Lucatiel's questline, she needs to survive the boss fight. So it's recommended that everyone stay alive, but it's necessary that Lucatiel stay alive. And I know that in vanilla, Lucatiel's AI wasn't too good, like in the fight against the Lost Sinner. Lucatiel would sometimes run off the narrow platform leading to the boss on the water and drown. Thank you for that, Bradley. He buffed his weapon using Lightning Weapon. Or maybe it's still called Sunwhip Blade in this game, I'm not sure. I do like Bradley's setup, how he utilizes basically a chime with his gear, strengthening his equipment thusly. It makes sense. So this is the Flexile Sentry. The way that the fight works is that since they're conjoined twins, literally joined at the hip, they'll take turns attacking. It always goes in the pattern of the twin with the hammer attacks first, then the twin with the blades attack, and then they just alternate. As stated, you want everyone to stay alive, but you very much need the Lucatiel to stay alive. Thankfully, these SOBs are weak to slash, and they're susceptible to fire, so thankfully our progressive attacks are going to work. And by progressive attacks, I don't mean attacks from the political left, I mean increasingly greater attacks in frequency and power. And as you see, the water is slowly rising up in the fight. Once the water gets too high, I don't know if it immediately kills you, or if it slowly, drains your health, but once the water reaches its height, you will start to get killed by it. Like I said, water in Dark Souls never works. So anyway, once you beat the boss, you go into here, where the ship's navigation system is. In this steel lockbox is the thing that I was looking for this entire run, a Pyromancy Flame and the Pyromancy Fireball. And there's also an Astrolabe. Using it will send the ship out of the wharf to the Lost Bastille. And here we are at the Lost Bastille proper. I don't quite know what it is the game will tell us when we're in the Lost Bastille, but this is the Lost Bastille. Basically, this is the other side of the section where we went with the Eagle. This is basically the other side of it. I'll show you as to how that is in a minute. Anyway, I'm gonna hold on to the Flux House Entry Soul, because I wouldn't mind getting one of the weapons that you get from it, which is a good sword. And one thing that you may notice, you can hit the 4 switch for the elevator, set it to go down while you're out from it, and it will go back to its original position. What's important to do now is to just walk off on top of the elevator, and you will find a hidden... where is it? You'll find a break in the wall that leads to some good items, which is right here. Prepare powder and a scimitar, and there's a message here, slash ahead. Yes, indeed. That's how you would get your first scimitar, or your second scimitar, if you didn't start out as a swordsman with one. Unlike the scimitar that I have as a swordsman, it is not upgraded, however, it is just your standard scimitar. I could attempt to dual wield them, but I don't think my stats are high enough to do that. Regardless, let's go back up here. Come back up here to the Lost Bastille. One of these, jail cells are broken. That jail cell is a bonfire that you can rest at. I would heavily recommend you do so, because the next area has the pursuer in it. Might as well stick Fireball on. There'll be other pyromancies that I'll have access to in the future, but right now it's just vanilla Fireball, though, because that was in the box. If you end up missing the box with the Pyromancy Flame and the Pyromancy, you could potentially get it again. What you need to do is just go back to No Man's War. Because as you saw there, there's no way to enter... There's no way to enter the ship from... There's no way to enter the ship from the, Good thing about the so there's no way to enter the ship from this side. The port that we jumped off of is non-accessible from the Bastille. It's non-accessible from the dock of the Bastille. It's one way. Somebody tells me that the way that we got off is we just jumped onto the ship. Okay, well, be careful here because the pursuer is going to show up. Come on. Come on, go here. The thing about this fight with the pursuer that's extra annoying isn't so much the pursuer himself, but it's the marksman in the area. Come on, get over here. Attack me. Attack me. Attack me. Attack me. Give me a moment to heal. Like I said, the heal threat in this area isn't so much... Well, I was gonna say that wasn't so much the pursuer and then he killed me. What I recommend you do with the pursuer is, once you get down here, just run the hell away from him. Sprint across to where you can get to, the fence, and you just open up the portcullis to the other side, because this connects to where McDuff's Forge is. careful with the marksman because concealed bolts are tipped with an incendiary weapon. They can blow up the barrels of gunpowder in the area. Souls, I'm going to repair all these things. Maybe something with the dog, I'm going to take away the dog. And then what you do now is you just open up this gate and it leads you back to McDuff's place. Okay, now that that's taken care of, I don't think any of these dogs drop anything. Not just me. Regardless. Rest up here. Let's see, I'm gonna upgrade some of my gear. Let's reinforce some weapons. But right now, let's reinforce one of the few weapons I can actually use. Spear. Spear isn't as powerful as the lead spear, but at the very least it can get the shotgun. Okay. Just gonna take out the dogs here. The platform that the marksmen were utilizing are still sound. So that's gonna be a problem. Take out the marksman. Then deal with the pursuer. The pursuer spawns, just run away before he has a chance to do anything, and he'll just fade away. Take out the marksman, I need to get some arrows. In order to get some arrows, I need souls. In order to get souls, I need to get my souls back. Everything is a vicious cycle. Don't drop anything. Put both those dogs out. Run away. He'll also somehow fire like a hex blast from his sword. He does that for free. He'll fade away eventually. In fact, I believe he faded away just now. Yes, he did fade away. Body has this structure on the body, and on that body is his skull. Okay, there are some accursed undead here. There are 3 varieties of them. One that just have a hole in their chest. One that have a hole in their chest with smoke coming out, and ones that have a hole in their chest with flame coming out of it. I did that on purpose to ignite the black powder and kill them both. And in that room we get a flame butterfly. Okay. Guards. And a soldier. Come on. Here there are going to be some hollow artillerymen. Fire tries killing him. Then the next thing you want to prioritize is blowing up this wall. Well, ignite those barrels of gunpowder and it will expose a hidden room. It looks like a priest was walled in. Take that guy out. Go up here. If you're daring enough, knock that boulder in, and it will cause this cage full of undead to pop up. They're disturbingly powerful. And here we get a copy of the Wanderer's set, which is the exact armor that my guy has on. Life gem. Not too crazy, but it works. Fill of a nameless soldier and a green blossom. Good. Gonna heal because there's actually an enemy up here. A shadow of Mira. These ninja looking guys. Okay. This area is actually a pretty good place to farm for them, and the good thing about the undead aberrations in this place is that they stay dead. So that's a hidden wall that would be exposed with the Pharaoh's Flockstone. In that box we have the bone staff. In this box I believe it's the parrying dagger. Nice. This one here is a twin blade, I believe. That it is. And from here, we have a torture device that we can utilize as an elevator. Another box here. Your standard box. Just open it up. Revealing its contents. That contents are will to dust herb. Anyway, as you see here, there's a torture cage that we can actually utilize as an elevator. And as you see, there is a shiny there. In order to get that shiny, I need to do a series of trick falls. I'm not going to do that series of trick falls just yet, if only because missing it could result in me dying. Up here, you will find some undead aberrations. Some of them are locked in shaped containers that are shaped suspiciously like human effigies. Show no mercy and take them all. Some of these things will just straight up explode, others will explode, letting other undead aberrations out. Some more in here. One standing there, one standing there, and one standing there. A drop you can get from these guys is an alluring skull, so if you want to farm them for undead skeletons and other enemies that are susceptible to those, by all means, utilize them to farm. And the reason why you hear chains rattling is because there are more of them up here. As you see, these undead aberrations have a massive gray smoke coming out of their chests. The reason why is because these are the varieties that shoot petrifying gas upon launching themselves at you. And here is the person that we wanted to resuscitate with this fragrant branch. This, my friend, is Strayed of Olafis.
I must thank you. I have been again. Very cursed one.
I think you need to talk to him with like 15 intelligence for him to even consider speaking to you. Anyway, he sells some pretty good pyromancies. He sells Lingering Flame. And he also sells Flame Swathe. I'm gonna go with Flame Swathe. You can also trade with him, and the things that you trade with him are weapons that you get from bosses. There's the arced sword and the barbed club that you can get from the Flexile Sentry. The warped sword also from the Flexile Sentry. Sentries commanded inmates or condemned inmates to the overflowing Bastille onto a rickety ship and cast them out to the open sea. The majority of them drowned or starved, but few hardy survivors made it to lands to the south and imparted knowledge of sorcery to the people there. I believe that one who imparted knowledge to the people is Strayed. Anyway. You can also learn a mock gesture from him. There's another run-in with the Pursuer up here. The way that you get to him is that you come over here to where there's a hidden wall. Find another hidden wall. And let's take a look at my armaments, see if it's the best one I have to use. I could try using the rapier, but I'll stick with the fire longsword. Anyway, there's another fight with the Pursuer up here. It's gonna show up. Is he not showing up? There he is. Pursuer shows up twice in the Lost Bastille. I feel as though he was one of the undead condemned here at an inmate. Anyway, like every other fight with the Pursuer, bait him into using his high-speed run. Dodge his attacks and poke when he gets to around half health. He'll do that weird attack where he clenches his, clenches his butt cheeks and sends out a wave of curses. Ow. Come on. I was gonna say do the thing. Well, the good thing about lighting the bonfire at Straight Cell is that's where I respawn. Traveling Merchant's Coat, worn by the Merchants of Lanapar. Same set where the hat is from, although the other piece of the Merchant set doesn't have that item bind increase, and the hat does. Which is unfortunate. Oh, this one dropped the thing. Another alluring skull. How nice. Anyway, go. Keep on poking everything. Throw that guy up there. Let's put this one. I believe that one there is also going to try to explode. Yep. Okay. Go up here. Come over to here. Come back to the Pursuer. And resume kicking the ass. Thankfully, I was just far enough for that not to hit. Hit. Heal. Satan's doing that lunge again. That's an excellent way to, Damn it, he got me that time. Well, now you see what happens when we will attack. He curses me and then slams me to the ground. All the while, not doing it any close again, because that's like an extremely pretty slow. Part of me wants to, I don't know, try a different weapon. Shiny black blade, cut through flesh easily. I prefer the Alon Knight Katana, to be fair. Only because you can actually farm multiple copies of them. And dual wield them with ease. Thankfully, you can roll out of the way of that gigantic stuff. Still fucking up the focus. Wait for the aberration in that cage to be. Marvelous. Continue onwards for the pursuers. Thought I heard rattling chains. He got me again. The problem with that attack is if you can't get behind him, those dark orbs home in at you. Not fun. I'm going to equip the spear that I just brought up to a massive rank. Okay. 3. Spear is a humble weapon, but don't let its beginnings fool you. It is quite practical. Another alarm skull. I don't think they work on the pursuers, sadly. Just gonna utilize my, gonna utilize this. If I was being a real cheeky bastard, I would try using Pyro-dex on him. Come on, do that lunge that you're famous for. Wait, did I say famous? I meant infamous. Do that lunge that you're infamous for. You managed to miss me completely and I was standing right in front of him. Okay, there we go. Okay, got him on the ropes. Down he goes. Twinkling Titanite. Now from here, you jump off onto this platform. There is a flame butterfly and a torch. What's important here is to try your best not to fall. Because walking all the way across these, walking across the section of the wall will net you to a specialized section where a body is hanging, and on that body you will find none other than the golden wing craft shield. I don't want to know know how my attack missed there. I really don't want to know. Anyway, these guys, as you can see, they utilize pyromancies, and you can get pyromancy from them. Said pyromancy is only ring flame. It's a pretty damn rare drop, though. So don't hold your breath on it. Oh, that's not the dog drop season. Hopefully it's a human effigy, no, just a consumable soul. Anyway, into here. Flying arrows. Thankfully, McDuff sells them rather cheaply. I'm going to put on a bow. I'll go with the long bow this time because it's more powerful. I'm gonna put the arrows. Also, there are fire arrows here. Use them to your advantage. Did somebody just subscribe? Oh, Cat Ketchup just subscribed. Thank you, Cat Ketchup. I hope you enjoy the show. And I hope you enjoy me getting accosted by canines. Oh, the menu open. I always forget that the menu doesn't pause on this screen. Okay. Movable soul gets. I'm gonna collapse OBS now. And I'm going to utilize my archery. To break this. Too slow. Way too slow. So, pyromancy. The item appears to be floating in the air. Cool. I'm not dealing with the pursuer just yet. Because we can do that. Seriously, this guy's moveset is something else. Are you gonna fade away? Are you gonna fade away? Please, fade away. Thank you. It's always good to have the pursuer fade away. So that you can deal with him with less issue. So, Mr. Cat Ketchup, how do you like the show so far? I should have seen that coming. Huh. Well, the good thing about finding the pursuer, he will always come back. He pursues us, after all. Monastery Charm, a blessed charm, cures poison. I didn't rest up at the McDuff bonfire. Marvelous. Oh, I better not lose my souls like before, because these are twice the souls of what I had before. And if I lose them, I'm going to be even more pissed off at myself, because such careless I shall be. Oops. He managed to hit me twice. That dog managed to hit me twice. Anyway. Let's do this the honorable way, and by honorable way, what? We missed both times. Okay. Hey, when it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay. Down goes the marksman. Please, fade away. Please, for the love of God, fade away. Thank you. The reason why I want the pursuer to fade away is because I want to make sure that I can kill this guy before he has a chance to even think of doing anything to me. That shiny is still suspended in the air. Okay. Now this time I'm gonna fight the pursuer for realsies. No one in the chat so far, I just got a subscriber. Well, I hope you enjoy this cat catch-up. I also have Twitch. The same username as my YouTube. Basically, when it comes to Dark Souls 2, I upload these Tuesdays and Thursdays. The good thing about resting at the bonfire is, since I just rested and I didn't travel, all of the damage I've done to the... all the property damage I've done is still there. I'm guessing since property isn't alive, it doesn't reset at the bonfire. Knowing that, I will take these guys out. Okay. I'll pop a heal. Okay. That guy dropped something. Okay, killed him. Now let's get to the pursuer. Royal Swordsman leggings. Those are actually pretty good. Strategy when it comes to pursuers, the same as it's always been. Take full advantage of the spears, troops. Sometimes the pursuer will be a dumbass and will utilize his sword attacks into those barrels of gunpowder. Sadly, I broke the barrels before he made a spark. Okay, that was Dark Orbit's guy. Directly nimble, directly quick, directly set on a candlestick. Don't you dare. Got him! Got him at the last minute, but I got him. Shit ton of souls and some twinkling. That is good. Stole the name of soldier from that dog. Going to pop an Estus. Going to go over here, where there's a box, and in that box there is going to be an Estus shard, I believe. Estus flask shard and twinkling type. Okay. I have 2 more frequent branches, so come next time I'll try to fight off the ruined sentinels. They are, I believe their names are Joachim, Alicia, and Reese. 2 are women, 1 appears to be a man, judging by their name. Anyway. That just uses normal Titanite, the long spear, the lance uses normal Titanite. The Ring Lake Sword uses Twinkling for some reason. Maybe I could try putting some to Chikatana, even though the Chikatana is fragile AF. Yeah, whatever.
Flame.
Okay. I'm gonna cut the stream off here, but not before talking to Falcon. Since I would very much like to get here. Before you talk to Falcon, this is integral, make sure that you're... I was worried that the game froze. Before you talk to Falcon, and this is integral, be sure to upgrade your stats so that you have 20 intelligence and 20 faith.
Is that here to see how it...
Do light and help, however painfully. Oh, the dog's down here. Like a little chihuahua. He's sweet. There we go. Now I have enough for one more level up. Maybe one more point of attunement. Or maybe one more point of vitality. Yeah, he's just roaming around. Sniffing the ground. Anyway, the good thing about having my stats like this is that if I go across to the Huntsman's Copse and chat with Falcon the Outcast, he will give me his gear. His gear consisting of the Hexer's hood, Hexer's gloves, Hexer's boots, and the Hexer's robes, which is the exact gear that he is wearing. Pretty damn good equipment, makes you look like a Sith Lord. Has good defense against fire. I think it has like the third highest defense against fire out of all of the armor sets in the game. And I mean, hey, considering that there are like what, 50 armor sets in the game, having one that's third place pretty damn early on is not that bad of a deal. I think it has like second highest dark and highest fire. Anyway, here's Falcon. He is staring at a wall.
The dark stir. I see it. Mine? I will trade with you. What do you need?
He sells hex-based gear.
These are together. No matter.
He doesn't move from that place. I just wanted to get his gear. Huh. The Hexer's robes have higher physical defense than the imported set or the Wanderer's set. That's... not gonna lie, that's kind of depressing. Anyway, Hexer's robe to finish off the ensemble, and there we go. Good thing about the Hexer's robe, it increases your strength and intelligence by 1, and increases the number of uses of any spell that you have attuned. Like a bonfire here. Going to attune Flame Swathe. I believe normally Swathe has 2 uses, but since I have the Hexer's hood on, it uses 3. Or rather, it has 3 charges that I can utilize. Oh, that's good. Might as well try to take out the Ruined Sentinels. Easy way of getting to Ruined Sentinels. Guard at Macduff's. From there, maybe, I don't know, kill more of these, zombified guard dogs. I stabbed them so quickly that they probably didn't even feel anything. It was a mercy kill. This guy out. Oh. Still got me with that flip there. You could, these guys, again, could drop Lingering Flame. It's a very rare drop, but it's a temple drop all the same. No, I did not pop the Sublime Bone Dust yet. Eh, I'll do it once I'm done with the Sentinels. Another copy of the leggings, that's fine. Going to pop... okay, I think I have enough. I do have enough, so... there's a Petrified Hollow here. He needs a moment to get back up on his feet, and sadly, being a hollow, immediately after being resuscitated, he is hostile. So I had no choice but to speak now. There are tons of Royal Swordsmen here, so the easy way to take care of them is to just get them all to just single file through the door. At which point you just take them out with one time. Heal. Got me there. Take them out. Even though I don't have... Look at this. 2 of them already dropped something. Common fruit, that's a normal drop. Life gem, that's another very normal drop, but useful all the same. There are 2 more in this room here. Take them out before they have a chance of sparking up any of these containers of black powder. There are 2 phantoms you can summon to assist you in the boss fight here. They are Pilgrim Belclair and Devotee Scarlet. When they say Devotee Scarlet, oh no, they're Felicia the Brave and Devotee Scarlet. My mistake. Unless I got the names right. Well, either way, that one there is Felicia the Brave. She appears to be a... Oh no, she's not a pilgrim. Not a cleric on pilgrimage. She's just your normal... large, brawny woman using a gigantic spear. And over here we have Pilgrim Belclair, who is most likely the body... Felicia, I require you to move, thank you. So, in that cell, you get the summon sign for Pilgrim Belclair. Pilgrim Belclair, as the name suggests, is a pilgrim. An adept, one could say. In her case, she is an adept in the arts of sorcery. When it comes to fighting the Ruin Sentinels, always try to face them off one at a time. Preferably start off with... Oh no, I'm sorry, I got his name wrong. It's not Joaquin, his name is Yaquin. My mistake, man, I got your name wrong. Although I feel that that's not as offensive as me and Felicia killing him via... impalement, laceration, blunt force, trauma, and the like. Anyway, down goes Yahim. The other 2 Ruin Sentinels are going to come down here. One of them is already here. Alessia. Since Pilgrim Belclair utilizes sorceries, the magic that she uses are very good against these guys. The magic that I use could also be very good against them, too. Let's try it out. First things first, I'm going to heal. Felicia appears to be accumulating some damage from one of the Ruin Sentinels. Pyromancers are pretty good against them. There's a boss item I can use that would increase my usability of Pyromancies exponentially. Said item is the penal handcuffs. Oof, she got me. That is assuming that Reese is a man. Oh no, Felicia the Brave is down. That just leaves me and Belclair. Fear not, Felicia. Your death will not be in vain, especially since Reese is already dead. Oh no, the game's lagging. Oh no, the game's lagging. Oh no, that means there are going to be traps and drop frames in the stream. No, this is not good. Hopefully, Pilgrim Belclair, as well as myself, can do some good damage against them. Okay, good. I'm going to get caught in that entire combo. Thankfully, it appears as though Pilgrim Belclair has an infinite number of uses of her magic. Perhaps Belclair is just their surname. Who very well could be. Range. Down go the Ruin Sentinels, and from them you get their soul. And a shit ton of souls. There are also a ton of hidden walls here. Hidden wall. Hidden wall. The majority of these don't have anything useful behind them. The majority of these are just dead ends. Possibly put in there to fool anyone crazy enough to try and steal from a prison. I wish you could get their armor in this game, but sadly their armor was only included in the Cinders mod of Dark Souls 3. Depressing as that may be. Hidden walls. So anyway, in some of these hidden walls, some there are absolutely nothing. The majority of them have boxes that contain weapons and other kinds of gear. This one, for example, has a target shield. It's a shield with four, let's see, small metal shield with small protrusions. Small shields are light and easy to use, but not very stable. The protrusions are designed to brush aside attacks and make parrying easier. This is one of those shields that have, longer parry windows. Try attacking. I don't know what the hell they mean by that. Well, anyway, this leads to the upper section. That leads to the servants' quarters. That also leads to the Belfry Luna. Sorcery Hush. That is a sorcery that just affects how you move. More specifically, it causes you to make less noise than you normally would, and I'm going to cut the stream off here because it is lagging like an MFer. And so as for you, Mr. Cat, I hope you enjoy the rest of my I hope you enjoy the rest of this playthrough, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Until then, I hope you have a good day. Goodbye. Just gonna stop the stream now because the game is lagging like mad.